Hi, my name is Karen Wilson and I'm the Student Support Advisor within Student Services. I run a service called Studies Plus which is available term time weekdays from 9:30 to 1 p.m. The service offers additional support to organise your time and workload, an opportunity to raise quick questions about your studies, study skills advice, or a regular point of contact to ensure your studies are keeping on track and communication is being kept up to date, for example your emails. The aim of this presentation is to look at the various types of research that you may have to conduct during your academic career. We will look specifically at journals and databases before ending with internet research. The objectives of this session are to raise awareness of where to find information and to give you some experience of internet research. So what is research? Research is basically finding relevant information. It should be systematic, critical, and carefully carried out. Systematic and careful suggest a thorough search of the material available to you, making sure that you don't leave anything important out. Critical suggests something else, deciding what is relevant to the subject and whether something you have found should be included or not. Please note that it's unlikely that the question is going to be answered just by looking at a single section of your course. The process of researching can broaden your knowledge of a topic by clarifying or explaining a particular subject area or by evoking thoughts which lead to a deeper understanding of the topic. When you need to find a journal article on a topic, you will need to search the databases. You will be shown how to search individual specific databases in due course when you have library sessions scheduled for your modules. Within the library area of the university portal, there are library subject guides which allow you to choose your subject area, and it will list relevant journals, ebooks, websites and databases. Summon is a good place to undertake a database search as it searches for journal articles, books, trade publications, etc. So let's have a quick look at how you can use Summon. This is the main portal page which you will see when you log in. You'll see on the left hand side there's a library key, and within the library page you will choose Summon. You will see that the subject guide section is on that page too. If you have a look here, there's the Ask the Librarian graphic on the right hand side. This is an online chat facility that you can raise your questions. There's also a lot of Summon's frequently asked questions at the bottom of this page. I've decided to look for articles on Asperger's. So I've typed that in at the top and pressed the search key. Brought up over 13,000 results. Now you will see on the left hand side there are tick boxes which you can select to narrow down your search. You may change the be searching for by publication date or by format of the article. There is, of course, also a wealth of information available in the old-fashioned paper-based library. Journals can also be called serials or periodicals, and they are published in numbered sequence. They could be published weekly, monthly, or quarterly. For example, the journal Science publishes 4 volumes a year, and each volume contains 12 separate issues. The individual parts may be bound together. Each issue is made up of a collection of detailed articles which are specialised. They also contain original research, for example an experiment, survey or case study, and they are more likely to be more up to date than books. Most of our journals are now electronic journals only, but there are also some in print on level 4 of the library. So how do you find if a library has a subscription to a specific journal? So let's see how you would find a journal. Again, on the main portal page, choose the library option. In the library section, underneath Find, there's Find a Journal. You can find journals by title or by article. So we're going to look for journals which have sociology in the title. And we've found 11. Academic librarians talk about bibliographic databases, which contain information about journal articles and often book chapters and other documents. Some include the full text documents, while others may just have abstracts. As previously mentioned, subject guides indicate the most relevant databases for your subject. Most resources are available on and off campus, but there are maybe a few that are only available on campus. The resources A to Z list is a good place to check to see if there are any special instructions for off-campus login. Now we will have a look at that. On the main portal, choose Library. Under the Quick Links section on the left hand side, choose Accessing e-Resources. There's information on how to log in, etc., but we want to look at resources A to Z. And here it describes a journal title, a general description and the links for on and off campus. Finding information on the internet. There is a vast amount of information available on the internet, and it's not as nicely organised into pockets of knowledge like a journal or in the library. It's important to consider that anything can be published on the internet by anybody. There is no saying that the information available is true or reliable. Websites change frequently, therefore information that was previously made available may be withdrawn at short notice. Google is the most used search engine on the web. Try using some of the special features in Google to narrow down your search. For example, Google Scholar, which searches for academic literature. For example, reports and journal articles, not websites. Google Books gives you a list of books and chapters and books for your subjects. Note, you may not be able to see the full text of your results in Google Scholar and Google Books. If you can't, check the catalogue or Journals A to Z list to see if the item is available in the library. Remember, Google is not the only search engine. Try to use alternative search engines as you will get a different set of results with different hits at the top of your list. Here are a few alternatives. Ask has a user-friendly search screen. It offers suggestions for limiting your search and displays image results as well as websites. In Live, the results screen offers suggestions for related searches. Cirrus is an academic search engine focusing on the sciences. Intuit is a subject gateway, which is a collection of good quality websites across a wide range of subjects. And Novoseek is a biomedical search engine which aims to provide efficient retrieval of life science articles. It includes features such as the ability to search for biomedical concepts such as genes, diseases, drugs or chemical substances. Searches Medline abstracts, US grants and full-text articles available via PubMed Central. Information reliability. When checking the reliability of the information we have found, we should consider how current the information is and when it was last updated. Are the sources reliable? Look for reputable organisations and writers who state their qualifications. The URL will also tell you the type of organisation who produced this information. For example, .gov, .ac.uk and .uk. Is the information relevant to the subject matter and is it at the correct level and aimed at the correct audience? Is the website biased and what is the purpose of the site? Has the writer consulted different references which back up their findings, and are there any grammar, spelling or factual errors? So now it's your turn to do a bit of internet searching. Imagine you're studying environmental sciences at university. You have to write a report about the causes of water pollution in the UK. You decide to do some research on the internet. You do a Google search and find the websites on screen. Let's have a look at each and see how appropriate they are for our research. So here is the first one. To save time, it's important to be able to quickly recognise whether a resource is going to be applicable to your research. So skimming through this quickly, we can see that it's information about a conference, so it's not really going to help us with our research. So let's look at the second resource. looking further into this website, it appears to be written by a pressure group. Therefore, it's likely that there's going to be some bias in this information, so it's not possibly a good source of information. This is the third possible source of information. We can see that it is from Wikipedia, where anybody can write anything about any subject, and they can also edit it. So it's possible that it's not a reliable source of information. Although it might be a good starting point to finding references which are suitable, because these are listed at the bottom of each article. The original references at the bottom could be followed, and they might provide you with information which you can reference directly in your research. So moving on to the next possible resource. This looks as if it's aimed at children, so it's obviously at too low a level for academic writing. This next resource appears to be useful and appears to be trusted. But it is US based. So here's the next document. The first thing to note is that this data is from 2001, so it might be a little dated. It is also restricted to Northern Ireland, but it might be worth a further look. And here is the last resource that we'll be looking at. This is government agency based, so that infers that it's a trusted resource. It's up to date, but it's restricted to England and Wales only. Tips for using search engines. Any one search engine will only find approximately a third to half of all web pages. Therefore, don't give up on a search. Try 2 or 3 different search engines. The results you achieve vary according to database size, context, searching capabilities, and how they rank results. Be as specific as possible in your search, i.e. look for tourism in Scotland, not just tourism, or use phrase searches in quotes. You can also use the advanced search features to narrow down your search. Referencing. It's important that you include websites in your list of referencing when you're doing your coursework. Examples of the referencing format are shown on screen. If you need help with your referencing, come along to Study Plus or ask to speak to the academic librarians at the inquiry desk on level 1 of the library. There is also a referencing guide in the library section of the portal. If you need further information at any time, you can visit the inquiry desk on the first floor of the library and ask to speak to academic librarians. You can also visit me at Study Plus or make an appointment with Student Academic Support. We're based on level 2 of the library. There are also a number of resources available on Blackboard in the UAD Learning Zone course. More information is also available on the Learn Higher website.